planet was our mother and our burial ground. No wonder the human spirit wished to leave. Leave this prolific belly. Leave also this great tomb. Bellow. We zoom back in on the Sahara Deep Space Strata number 1 as it pushes quietly through the vastness of space. In the void, no sound carries, and as we move through the hull of the ship, its various layers of metal, wiring, and insulation, we come to the crew quarters, just off the right wing. Inside, Yang Yuhuan is resting in their bunk. The sleep is restless, and as they toss and turn, they see flashes of a life they could have sworn they had lived, however impossible that might be. They shoot awake suddenly to the feeling of their head throbbing and vaguely remember settings. This is the ship they were trained extensively for, and at one time they knew every bulkhead by name and could tell you which conduit had been behind every panel. Now things are fuzzy. They look over and see a familiar face, Rune Carlson. The young woman is curled in a ball in the bunk on the opposite wall. Her breathing is carefree as this harrowing and bleak situation hasn't seemed to dawn on her quite yet. As you ponder Rune's odd twist of fate, you recall the lieutenant mentioning he would be in the cockpit with Android running diagnostics and going through the lengthy process of switching over his command codes to the captaincy. He hasn't said much, but you gather the burden of leadership in this face of such uncertainty weighs heavily on him. The ship spent 40 years on an automated flight path, aimed at carrying your crew to the Andromeda system. This flight path was recently thrown out of the proverbial window as a spatial anomaly, professionally known as J-Alpha 13, and more commonly referred to as a wormhole, has thrust you deep into uncharted space. For the first time in this ship's 40-year journey, however, it has a manually inputted heading. An unidentified craft less than 4 hours away now. You hope that this craft could provide some clues about where you are, and maybe have some of the resources your ship is desperately lacking. But for now, we are still in the crew quarters, and Yuhuan has just emerged from a troubling and dissociative dream. Demi, what are you doing now?
Yuhuan's looking around. Is Rin still there? Like, I guess sort of close within earshot?
Yeah, she's asleep on the opposite bunk.
Okay, Yuhuan calls out to Rune to see if they're awake. Doesn't seem to be a response. I wonder... That was kind of a weird dream. It's weird. It's like... I feel like I've been there before. Like, whatever that was, but... At the same time, I don't. Like it's deja vu.
Rune, do you wake up to the sound of Yang Yuhuan talking to themselves?
No.
No? Okay.
I don't know what's going on with me. God, something's so weird. I just don't really feel like me. Okay, I'm gonna get some water. I'm talking out loud. Alright, Yang Yuhuan gets up, I guess, and goes to wherever the dispensable water, drinking water is, and just kind of has a glass to drink.
Yeah, if you just leave this bed chamber, you're in like the main kind of meeting room with the table in the middle, and there's like a little coffee drink bar off to one side in the kitchen area. So you can grab yourself a glass of water, a rare and precious resource out here in the openness of space.
Right. I'm careful to only consume 4 ounces of water. And I just kind of go and sit down on the red chair, kind of in the middle area, and try to recall things that I remember about the ship. Try to flex my memory. It's still fuzzy. It's strange. It's like it's there on the tip of my mind. but almost as if it's stuck behind a locked door. We're like, are we moving, or are we just like stationary?
Oh, you're definitely moving.
Okay.
You set the course. It was like 24 hours away, and you and Rune decided to take like a rest. Go sleep in the bunks, and Samson is busy with the android at work in the cockpit, kind of manning the ship, as it were.
Okay, cool beans. All right. Young Hee-Hwan's still sitting. They're kind of just... They don't know why, but they are extra conscious of, like, touch. Kind of, like, sensory. Like, the feeling of being able to feel things, like the breeze and, like, the softness of their skin, and doesn't really understand why it almost feels foreign. So they decide to not feel like they're tripping and get up and step into the cockpit with Lieutenant Sampson and Android. Hey, Android. How's it going?
It's going well enough. We are making good time. I just got Lieutenant Sampson here set up in the system as the new ship's captain.
Okay. Hello, Captain. Alright, how close are we to our destination?
I believe we're about 4 hours away from our destination, Yuan.
Okay, cool. I guess that gives us a little bit of time to kick back and prepare. I'm kind of curious of like what we're gonna find when we get there, you know? I've always kind of wondered like what could be out here. Like, are there humans this far out? Like, I don't know. I mean, doesn't it kind of excite you to just think about the prospect of it?
I would say that as long as we can survive in this place, that's all I am concerned of right now. Ideally, we'd like to find our way to our original destination, but just talking to Android, I'm not so sure if that's going to be possible. My primary concern now is this crew's survival, and this shipwreck, I think, will be our first step towards that.
Okay, I mean this in the, like, nicest way, Captain, you know, not being, like, insubordinate or anything. But I think that we should be glad that we're alive. That we survived one of wormhole. The hell, right? Let's for like a second pretend that we're not in mortal danger, and like you're a space captain right now, flying through space, through uncharted territory. We don't know what the hell's about to happen. Don't you feel like you're in kind of like a movie? Or
listening to Yuan saying you're a space captain in uncharted space, I just like what little effort was left of like control of zero emotion. I just like get a really big frown on my face when you say that. I'm like, well, as you know, this was not my primary role. I was prepared in case, but you're not really ready until you actually have to do it. So we will make the best of this, I agree, but right now I will admit that I am a little concerned.
Yeah, you get like a little bit of like an acid feeling in your stomach, and like a burp comes out. Like a nauseous, gut-wrenching feeling.
I'm gonna need to hear that burp for the audience.
Wait. I got some water here. Hang on.
Water's gonna make you burp?
I'm impressed.
Oh, that was a little bubbly. Is something coming out, Captain?
That was cute.
It's just a little acid reflux, you know. Doesn't have to be anything serious.
Okay. Do you need some rations to, like, settle your stomach? My grandma...
Oh, God. Please, no food. Not right now.
Okay. Alright.
Is there anything troubling you? I thought you'd be asleep over with Miss Carlson.
Thank you for asking, Captain. I wasn't waiting for you to do so or anything. Yeah, I honestly feel like I am completely unraveling. Like, I don't know what happened, like, before we all went into cryosleep. Like, I was great. You know, I was great. I felt like me, but now I don't. Like, and I can't explain it. It's like, every time I go to sleep, I have these, like, strange dreams that, like, almost feel like visions of some place I've never been. I just remember, and there's these feelings of, like, isolation and, like, loneliness and, like, betrayal and vengeance and bitter cold, and I can't explain it because I don't feel it physically, but I feel it, you know. I don't feel like I'm comfortable in my body. It's weird. It's like I feel, and it's weird because I've always felt, but I don't know. Like, I barely feel like I remember anything of my own life. You know, like, I didn't want to, like, mention it because I don't want to feel burdensome, you know, to the crew of the mission, but, like, I almost feel like I don't really know what I'm doing. Like, I don't, like, recognize really anything on the ship. Like, I see it, and for the most part, it's like my body just knows what to do, but, like, the knowledge of it's like I'm having a fist fight with the fog.
Well, I mean, we're all suffering different effects from our many years in cryosleep. Android,
yeah, we just watched Samson just, like, fear in his eyes as the, like, I asked you how you are, and
getting the novel, like,
yeah, you're getting the complete mental breakdown.
In the gentlest way possible, I put a hand on your shoulder and I give it a pat and I said, "We should figure this out." And I look over at Android and I said, "Do we have Yuhuan's results from when we came out of the pod?"
Yes, it does seem to be some type of amnesia affecting their cognitive function, and in certain cases we have seen cognitive dissonance where memories have been replaced by others, a sense of deja vu, a loss of kind of the familiar, but we won't really know how it's affecting you until we've had more time to observe it.
I'm just a little what do you mean replaced? Like, are you saying that, like, I've been, like, tampered with by some, like, external force, or are you saying that my brain is trying to fill the gaps of whatever I can't remember with some type of substance?
Imagine that you are sleeping and you see you're in, like, a normal environment, somewhere you would be in your everyday life, but people who have never spoken to you are speaking to you, and your subconscious is generating things that have never happened to you in a way that seems logical at the time, but when looked at objectively, doesn't make a lot of sense.
Okay.
could be happening to you.
So you mean kind of like an optical illusion? Like, for example, if you're staring at a red shirt with, like, little white lines all through it, up close, you can tell that it's a red shirt with little white lines, but far away, it looks pink, so your brain just decides that it's pink type situation?
If that's what humans experience, then yeah, let's go with that. My optical sensors are designed to spot minute changes in color for up to 3 miles, so I would see a red shirt with white lines at any distance.
Well, congratulations for having a supercomputer for a brain. I envy you, Android. Speaking of diagnostics, I guess I did tell you that I was going to run one for you just to kind of check your processing and see how things are holding up. You haven't, I guess, had a manual maintenance in like over 40 years. Have you been doing that automatically?
I get a scrub anytime I'm offline plugged into my charger, but nothing so intrusive, no.
Okay. I guess if you're alright now, I guess I'll kind of go take a look at your charging station or pod just to make sure that's running up the snuff. It'll kind of give me, something to focus on to kind of, get my brain back in working order.
If you do want something to focus on, it doesn't have to happen right now, but I did mention the loneliness when I was awake by myself. So if we could see what's going on with that subroutine, maybe get it scrubbed from my system so I could be operating more efficiently.
Okay, don't get me wrong, Android. I mean, efficiency, especially in, like, the severity of our situation, would be ideal. But you exhibiting quite frankly, an emotion like loneliness, that's learned. That kind of means you're learning. I understand that it's inconvenient for you, but do you understand how, like, incredible that is? That means that your programming is, like, adapting to situations that are outside of its parameters and processing in ways that weren't designed. That the potential for that, I kind of want to observe that further, just to...
You start to see her, her fists clench, and she says, "It's a liability. I want it gone," and just kind of turns and leaves the room.
Samson, did you see that?
I'm aware. The way I see it, if that's their wishes, then we could use all of the top performance from everybody right now, so...
Okay, but that didn't really seem like an algorithm or anything. It didn't seem like a logical deduction made to complete the mission as efficiently as possible. That kind of seems like frustration.
I think we're all a little frustrated right now.
Sam says she's an android. She's not supposed to be feeling frustration. This is insane. This is amazing. Like, if we slap some skin on her, like, give her a nice haircut, a cute outfit, like, will we even be able to tell? I mean, I guess we can tell now, but, like, through, like, more experiences, if she develops, like, a...
Makeover!
Right! A sentient personality, she might be the baddest android there is. Like, this is... I mean, it's scary and it's exciting, and I don't want to go against her... I can't believe I'm even saying this. Wishes, but this is a discovery. Okay. I think I'm gonna maybe there's some things I can alter so it can still happen, but maybe there's a way that I could do it to where Android won't realize it and we can observe it further to see what it develops into.
If you feel like that this could be help to the mission, then by all means.
Definitely.
Like I said before, it's all hands on deck right now, and I need everybody working to the best of their ability. I'm not really the person who should know all this stuff, so if you think that this is going to be best for our situation, maybe you should reason with our android and figure out a solution that can benefit us the best. I'm going to look at back at the thing, and how far should we be now from the site? Are we still a ways away, or are we getting close?
You're about 3:30 away from it now, but it would probably be a good time to like gather the crew together and kind of assign jobs and figure out who's doing what. Once you arrive.
Great. I'm just going to very bluntly on the intercom, really loudly yell, "Carlson, get in here."
I'm gonna wake
Does that
up.
wake you up?
That wakes me up. Could you imagine, like, if it didn't, though? Okay, so that wakes me up, and I am gonna go to the cockpit with everyone else.
Thank you for joining us. How'd you rest?
I slept pretty good, thanks.
Glad to hear it. I guess we're kind of getting closer to our target destination, which seems to be a derelict ship, which means that something or someone is here before us, so we're not the first. Bummer. But maybe they left behind something that we could possibly use. So I guess now will be a good time to start, preparing, I guess, to see how we're going to approach this. Samson, is there like a list of any immediate things that we should focus on finding aside from weapons that we could like possibly keep an eye out for?
If we could find some more water, that would be super helpful. I don't know if there anything will be on that. We'll have to make sure to check their if there's any sort of cargo, or I mean, we have no idea what size ship we're going to be walking into, so anything with within that sort of... Sorry, it's been a long day. Any sort of supplies would be helpful as well. I mean, we should just try to strip as much from the ship that's useful as possible. I don't know what you think about that, but that's how I feel.
Okay. I'm going to, because I'm dramatic. Do we have any thing if we can maybe tug it? I guess if we can get an approximation of the weight and like how much fuel will be extended from tugging it, would that be a possibility?
If we can potentially either avoid that asteroid field, I don't see why we wouldn't be able to tow that along and give us some more time. There's no telling what we're going to be running into.
That's true. I guess also, since we don't really know the condition that the vessel is in, we should probably go ahead and prepare artificial atmospheric suits. Make sure they're in working order. I call Android on the comms. Android, have we had a chance to check the condition of the spacesuits? Are they in working order? Oxygen levels, how's that looking?
Android says, yes, there are five suits, and they are all currently operational.
Okay. Any previous punctures or repairs that need to be made through the journey that we should be aware of?
They've never been used.
Okay.
They're still sealed in their packaging.
Like, how long are we able to be in these suits?
Your oxygen tanks fill or hold 2 hours of air. This is something that
we should all know.
That Yang Yuan should have known.
Yeah. This amnesia is really putting a damper on this situation. Do you don't remember any of this?
Not really, to be honest. I know that I should. I mean, it kind of rings a bell when I hear it. But as of right now, everything, including my own life, feels a little foreign. I'm just gonna fly this ship as I build it. Hopefully I'll trust myself to not make any critical mistakes. But,
Well, confident words from your engineer.
You're all we've got, so I hope we can figure it out.
I trust myself. We got this. There's no cause for concern. As Android stated, this amnesiac effect or state is merely temporary. So I'm okay with asking obvious questions for now. Haha, haha. Turns around, lowers head in shame.
We'll do our best to keep you up to speed, I guess. Carlson, how are you feeling?
So, what do you need me to do?
What skills do you have? Let's start there.
Well, I mean, I'm an honors student.
Join the club.
Yeah, it's pretty standard.
It's a little par for the course here. What have you been studying?
I mean, just general studies. It's only my second year of school, so I haven't, picked a major yet.
Just a really big sigh. Okay. Okay. How did you know to, you must have some engineering expertise to know how to put together that spare pod. As we get closer, I think we need to, just like Yuan said, we need to start putting together jobs for our first contact here. It's part of the protocol. We knew this might be a possibility going into space travel. So maybe we should give Carlson an update on what we should do. Yuan, do you remember this?
Based on your ability to, I guess, jury rig an entire cryo station, that's impressive. I would hope that you wouldn't. How are you at breaking things down? If we come across anything that may need to be altered, can you do it?
I mean, yeah, I could probably manage that.
Remind me, what's your class or playbook?
Me?
Yes.
The hunter.
The hunter. Okay. Fair enough. We just haven't discovered that talent yet, have we?
No.
Ren Carlson is fresh to hunting.
Yeah. Also,
I mean, I went a different direction with my backstory than I was originally planning, so...
Sure.
Got it.
Sure. Maybe, do you think maybe she had, athletics in her college repertoire? Maybe, archery classes or...
Yeah, probably.
Hiking or something like that?
Yeah, probably. She's pretty well-rounded.
So... You kind of have a master. You're a master of none, but kind of a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Well, now that I think about it, you managed to stow away without being discovered. So maybe you have some latent talent for scouting. Maybe we could trust you to, look around before we all come in, just to, like, kind of check the atmosphere and see how we should approach entering.
Samson, Yuhuan's talking a lot about, first contact procedures. I'm sure none of it actually is correct as far as Sahara is concerned, right?
Yeah, no. It's very just concerned faces the whole time. At this point, I'm just kind of I'm in the chair and I've rotated myself and I'm just listening now. I'm not actually looking at anybody. And I've got kind of like this face, wide-eyed, closed mouth, holy shit face.
Wait, why is everyone looking at me like that? Like, I'm literally flying by the seat of my pants here.
Okay.
I mean,
well, Yuhuan, that's really not the protocol. I'm gonna focus on getting us to where we need to be. Android, could we maybe debrief? I have a suggestion for us. Yuhuan, your expertise is in, engineering and technology. Maybe you can point us towards what we might need. And Rune and I can break down whatever we need to haul back to the ship. Do you think we might be able to do that?
Yeah, that's fair.
So, we get to the part I think where we're gonna actually do the move called Tool Up. I would want to know who's taking the gun.
It'll be me. I'm a little worried about everybody else's mental health right now.
Right.
And
or just the irresponsibility
thanks,
of a
I
young
guess.
adult.
yeah, young adult who's done their gen ed classes.
And doesn't have military training or clearance. It's still early enough in your mission that you're defaulting to
the protocol.
To the protocol. Maybe you'll trust Rune Carlson with a gun later, but that bridge hasn't come yet. So who's choosing what? So just so that I know.
It would make sense for the person who has the gun to have the mobile suit, because then they can
Go first.
duck for cover
position.
really easily and
Right, and if they need to protect themselves, then they have some type of weapon, since they're going to kind of be the vanguard of the mission.
Yeah, I was going to either say that or hardened to be able to either stand and fight or to be able to maneuver around. So
whatever
either
you
form.
think, you're the one with the gun.
Yeah, so I was thinking that the powered ones are probably going to be the tankier ones, so they probably could take more.
No, that's the tag tough.
Yeah, that's tough.
Oh, not powered. Oh, look at me. Let me shut up.
Yeah, but it tough is natural. Is natural stuff. So stemming from physical impacts like hail, landslide, suppressing fire. Okay, then I'm gonna take that. Then I'm gonna take tough.
Okay, so
with a pistol.
There could be a tough, a mobile, and a powered, and that can cover all our basics.
To sum up, we've got Lieutenant Sampson is in a spacesuit that is utility, comms, and or sealed and tough. He also has a gun equipped that is ranged and unreliable. And then Rune Carlson is in utility, comms, sealed, and mobile.
Yeah.
And then Yang Yuhuan is in utility, comms, sealed, and powered. Okay. So I think that's all we needed to do to tool up. So we're gonna show up here. The rest of the time has elapsed as you've traveled through space, and you find yourself looking at this derelict. The ship itself resembles a gigantic flattened scorpion, roughly twice the size of the DSS-1. Where pincers might be on the insect, there are instead 2 satellite dishes with long antennae protruding from the front. There's a large chunk of this ship missing from the center left. Debris floats out of this hole like plasma from a deep wound. Since there is a large hole, you can assume the entirety of the ship has depressurized. Finally, the color. It's black and almost hard to spot with the naked eye against the black backdrop that is space.
All right. Well,
That looks fucking weird. What is that? Why it look like that?
Clearly this is nothing I've ever seen from human creation, so whatever we're coming up on, this is... All right, folks, strap in. We got first contact.
Oh my god, y'all! Oh my god!
I need everybody to go to the med bay and get really clean, really fast. Put the suits on, and then we're gonna go.
Okay, hold on, y'all. Okay, I know, I'm probably being super unprofessional right now. But this looks like an alien shit, which means aliens are real! Oh my god, what do you think they look like? What if they're like squiggly? What if they have like tentacles? Or what if they're like weird, like arachnopod spider monsters or something? Like, what do you think? Like, oh my god, if their bodies, what are they gonna look like? Okay, I'm kind of like scared and excited all at the same time. Like, can we just like take a bet on if there's aliens in there? Like, what do you think they're gonna look like?
Well,
if there's
we're about to find out
aliens
regardless.
in there, they're dead.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's not
They
gonna
look not
stop
alive.
them from looking like something. Like, right? Let's hope they're dead.
I mean, it could be anything. At this point, it's just another part of the day. Let's go see, and we'll figure it out from there, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, this is crazy. I'm definitely going to record this. Like, I want to record this. Like, we might be the first humans to have ever seen an alien species. Like, I don't know how y'all are as more excited. So, alright, let's go suit up.
Alright, y'all, now listen up, you hear? Just kidding. Can you imagine? Every episode, I like to take a second to appear, hat in hand, to ask for a little bit of financial support. If you enjoy what we do, please consider becoming a subscriber at patreon.com/roll_warriors. This really is a ton of work that the whole crew puts in for every episode, and your contributions could help us make it even better. $5 a month is all it takes to become a patron, and we do have some bonus episodes available for backers and the opportunity to suggest what you would like us to do for our next bonus episode. Our team is currently hard at work building prototypes for merchandise, and we should be making an announcement about it really soon. We haven't decided yet if we're going to add a store to our website or if we want to build these items in as tier rewards for patrons. But rest assured, there will be a way to get a hold of these goodies. If money is tight right now, which I totally get, consider following us on Twitter @RollWarriors and sharing us with your friends and family. Word of mouth is a really powerful tool, and you could help us out immensely just by getting your friends listening as well. That about wraps it up for ads, so I will let you get back to the episode. We're going to assume that you guys follow protocol, get dressed, get your gear strapped on. It's as we described before. These are very bulbous suits. They're kind of built for function and not design. So you guys have the big classic sci-fi fishbowl helmet with cameras and lights on the side. You have kind of like the fabric of this suit kind of like pillows out a little bit and ripples to provide like articulation and movement. I think the mobile suit has Well, actually, Rune, what does the mobile suit have that makes it different from the others?
Oh God. I don't think I'm smart enough to know.
I can give a suggestion.
Yeah, I would love a suggestion.
Okay, I would wager that the mobile suits are more form-fitting, so they're not very bulky. But in order for, I guess, the suit to be more form-setting, like the oxygen transfer are probably on the outside of the suit, so you're probably going to be more careful about that. I would think that they are... I guess it has a jetpack.
Yeah, I was definitely gonna say that.
I was imagining, like, rocket boots.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I love that
Buzz
for
Lightyear.
me.
Buzz Lightyear wings.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. Like, some type of, like, additional propulsion on the feet and probably the hands. Kind of like some, like, Iron Man type-ish.
On the hands,
And-
like Baymax.
Yeah, so... just for, like, quick maneuvers, if you need to. Just, like, focusing on, like, inertia for, like, quick movement.
Okay, then it looks like that. What do we think the powered suit looks like?
I think the powered suit would have, like, kind of like a metallic reinforced arms with, like, reverse rocket thusters kind of on the forearm for, like, powered punches. And kind of like shocks for, like, picking up heavy things just to, like, reinforced strength on the arms and legs.
I'm thinking very like Fallout Power Fist.
Mm-hmm. Like
look.
exoskeleton-y kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Okay, Samson, and what is the I guess what does the tough suit look like?
I think just finding some spare scrap metal hanging, lying around. I've fashioned a little bit of, like, more durable armor around the major sections of each of the suits. So in between, so the joints are still exposed, but in the forearms and on the upper arm, around the shoulders and on the legs and on the chest, I have some extra plating reinforcement just to make sure that my suit's not taking any unnecessary damage.
So yeah, you are in the airlock, and you have sealed the door behind you, and the door in front opens, and you are step into this alien ship. The floor plan of this is somewhat similar to yours, weirdly. Like there's like a central chamber. It's kind of got like a rounded, almost disc-like appearance. So the center chamber is kind of spherical, and then there's like a cockpit off to the left-hand side. And it looks like more kind of storage rooms and maybe sleeping quarters off to the right.
I'm gonna unholster the pistol and start making my way down in front and look back and say, if you see anything, just let us know. We'll stop. I'll keep an eye out for whatever we're looking for.
Are you
Any
guys
threats,
splitting
at
up?
least. I think we should go together.
Okay. You have left, right, and center. You can head down.
I mean, I'll defer to Yuhuan here, but so I just look and say, Young Yuhuan, where should we go?
Do you think we should have a scout first? Maybe, like, someone, like, in the mobile suit kind of take a look inside first? I don't know. There's probably nothing to worry about, but if we're all caught, like, dead to rights, it could be, like, troublesome.
So just kill Rune instead of kill everybody.
Yeah. I just kind of look and I say, well, I'm trying to save lives here today, man. I think I don't want to be that's an order, but I think we're going to stay together on this one. I just want to know what opinion you have for where you think our best chance for equipment will be. If you can...
Okay, let's go left. If we go left, it kind of look at this like control area, there might be like a map of the ship on board, which would kind of give us a like better idea of like where we can go after that. And also, if there's aliens, like they may be there, so maybe left.
All right.
Left it is.
Rune, are you ready to go?
I mean, I guess last time I boarded an unfamiliar spaceship, I ended up through a wormhole, so... I mean,
Well,
I guess.
I think we should be okay this time. We'll see what happens. Okay, so...
Android chimes in. Comm check. You guys reading me?
Loud and clear, Android.
I can hear you.
How are we doing?
All right, I'll be staying on comms in case you need me.
Roger that. All right, so I guess we're gonna head on down that way. Left
All right,
side.
we're heading left. So yeah, it kind of like curves around as you make your way to what you assume is this ship's cockpit. Everything in this cockpit is mostly intact. However, everything appears to be powered down. The ship is dead in the water, basically. There are 2 bodies in this room. Neither is wearing a spacesuit, and the flash-frozen corpses appear vaguely human. One is floating in the center of the cockpit while the other is still strapped into a chair. They both appear to be unusually tall. One would guess around 7 feet. The floating one has very thin skin, almost translucent, that appears a pinkish color due to the muscle underneath. Their head is almost completely shaved, except for a buzzed mohawk strip that covers curves around 2 raised nubs on the head that appear to be a rounded horn of some sort. The one in the chair is a darker shade of pink, appearing almost like a magenta, with deep-socketed eyes that are black pits. Their teeth have been sharpened to points, and are clearly bared as Zir has a frozen grimace on Zir's face. The cockpit has some useful information in the form of star charts, but the ship must be powered on to retrieve them.
Oh my god! Monsters! Look at them! Oh, what are they? Oh my god, are these aliens? Why do they kind of look humanoid? I was hoping they'd be like kind of squiggly, like monsters, but they look like monsters. Oh my god, Samson, look! It's a fucking alien! It's like...
I quietly walk forward and I click on a video camera to send back to the Android and motion everybody to do the same. I was to say, looks like we're going to be seeing a lot of new stuff today. Let's go ahead and document as much as we can for future reference, at least.
Gonna click on my camera.
Young Yuhan clicks on their camera, still like giddy with excitement that these are not humans and these are literally other life forms.
So I'm going to slowly walk up towards the corpses and kind of tap them with the butt or with the front end of my pistol.
The barrel.
Yeah. And just to make sure.
Yeah, you tap this floating one and it kind of like pushes it towards the window and like taps against the window and starts to slowly float back to you. But yeah, they have like frost covering all of the skin.
Okay. Well, are they like just inspecting them? Are they wearing anything? Or is it just regular?
Oh yeah, they have clothes on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it kind of, they're very jumpsuit like, black with kind of like a strange insignia on the arm.
Okay. So
Okay.
I get really close with the camera to that insignia to get a picture and say, Android, you seeing this?
I do. They seem strangely human. All you pink skins look alike to me, though.
Thanks.
Okay,
Yeah,
Android, that was like a little racist.
I'm not programmed for racism. How could I be racist, Rune?
I mean, you totally just said we all look the same. I look nothing like this alien thing.
I mean, you have hair and skin and teeth. And you probably defecate like this one too, so
Ew, android!
I'm just saying, look for a bathroom.
I don't have horns. Okay,
Well,
android.
this one's horns don't look like they were originally there.
Oh, like they're implants?
Yeah, or grafts of some sort.
Okay.
Oh, wow, interesting.
Like, you know how humans on Earth, there's like the lizard man and like dragon man, like people who augment their skin. So like this looks like that.
Oh, interesting
Okay.
observation, android.
Well, she didn't say all that. That was mostly me.
Oh,
But yeah,
just an
she did say
Gavin.
she did say it appears to be an add-on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scanning the skull, and it doesn't appear to protrude from the skull.
okay. I know you can't really, like, decide or really answer this based on having no prior knowledge of, like, what these beings even are, but, like, taking a look at their attire, do you think they might be civilian or military? Like, what do you think?
Are they armed at all?
These aren't armed, no.
Okay.
I mean, not
well-
in any way that you would appear. It would appear obvious to you.
Right. They don't appear to be armed. I would say that this could be any sort of vessel that could house any sort of, could really be anything. As first contact with a unidentified species, though, we are going to be taking one of these poor bastards back to examine later. So let's go ahead and bag one of them up, I guess.
Ew.
Okay. I definitely second this notion. I think we should take both of them.
One should be enough.
But they look like two different species. Will we ever get another opportunity like this?
Oh, they're different.
I mean, they look different. One has
Okay.
has sharpened teeth and kind of
Yeah.
like a purplish skin. The other one is kind of pink and has horns.
Got it.
But they're both roughly about 7 feet tall and kind of have,
And
like,
have the
big,
same-
like long arms, long legs.
But the same, like, human resemblance kind of thing.
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
just like, I mean, they're built like NBA players.
Well,
Okay, fine. For the sake of, like, we have more important matters at hand, I will only, like, strap one. So, I guess since Yuan has the powered suit, they kind of just, like, try to carefully grab it as to not shatter it into pieces, and try to, like, strap the 7-foot body.
are we close to the ship still? We could just walk it back over real quick.
I mean, yeah, this ship is twice the size of your ship. It takes like, 30 seconds, even in suits in a depressurized ship, to kind of work your way back. I mean, with the body, probably closer to a minute, but yeah,
Okay.
not far at all.
Okay. Maybe we
Okay.
should, I'll go with you, but we should all go together.
Okay,
But-
let's all get this body back.
And then we can really inspect the ship.
Yes. Okay, I calm Android. Android, can you meet us at the docking bay to retrieve the specimen and place it in one of the empty cryo containers for later observation?
Oh, I'm definitely not putting it in your cryopods. No, we've got sealed bags for that.
We've
Okay,
got
I guess that works too. Thanks, Android. Like, I would like to
We don't want to
preserve-
contaminate the cryopods with alien DNA so that you are later exposed to it and die.
Yeah, that's true. I should have...
We've got bags.
I
for
should
that.
have thought about that. I'm sorry, I'm just so excited, Android. This is wild. This is like nothing I've ever thought I'd ever experience in my life.
Well, hopefully the amnesia wears off soon so you remember our protocols better.
Yeah, I guess I'm just feeling real free. I guess I'll come back and try to, like, examine this control room to see if there's maybe any type of reserve power or if there's any type of indication of where we can access it if it is.
This feels like a move. I'm going to go with Unearth Forgotten Lore.
Okay, and is that for like... Well, I was planning out like after we took the body back. I was just saying.
Well, yeah, I mean, it doesn't take much time to take the body back. I'm saying, Android meets you there. She's got like a large body bag, and kind of like looks at the body, sees that it's bigger, and goes back and grabs the extra large body bag, and will meet you in the airlock. She's not going to like open the side to your ship yet. She will bag this up, and you're leaving it outside of your airlock door in the alien ship for later extraction.
Okay.
And then, if you would like to return to the cockpit, you may.
Okay, cool.
Is that the consensus?
Yeah, let's do that.
Then I will have you, if you want to examine things, you're going to unearth Forgotten Lore.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, I guess we get back to the control room. And what does it kind of look like?
The controls are, there's strange symbols that are on the buttons and things, but it is laid out pretty similar to, you would expect a human vessel to look. It's got joysticks at the pilot's station for flying the ship. It's got, a navigational array, a scanner. It's got a communication set up. So it's very similar to your ship's setup, just in a different language.
Okay. Yang Yuan kind of like points out that like I'm a little surprised that like so similar to ours. I thought they'd be different, like all kind of weird, unintelligible ways to control it, but it's so simplified. I guess us humans we're ahead of our time. We're coming up with navigational processes for ships, huh?
Great minds think alike, I guess.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay, I guess I am going to, like, play around with things and see what I can find out, and then I guess I'll do the Unearth Forgotten Lore roll.
Okay. That's plus lore.
I got a 8, plus 1, 9.
So on a 7 and 9, first of all, you're gonna gain 1 data.
Okay.
And then you get to ask one of the following questions. Is that a wonder or a horror? Where is this drawing power from? What dangers is it hiding? Or how can I turn it to my advantage?
Well, I guess the obvious question, which is why I did everything, is where is it drawing power from?
Cool. I love that. There is... You can like open a panel. I think you like just pry it open, and you can see power conduits running sort of back and away towards a chamber, probably further back in the back of the ship.
It looks like it is drawing, or it was drawing power. I can't tell if it's still able to from elsewhere on the ship. It looks like these lead towards the bow. So I guess first things first, if that would make this like a lot easier, if there is maybe some way to, if there is maybe some power that might not work, but it's at least worth checking it out.
Let's go.
All right. I guess we just like start making our way.
Yeah. So you have two directions you can go. You guys can either branch off of the cockpit and head down the left-hand side of this circular chamber, or the right, or you can go through it. So there's 3 choices, actually.
Okay, I guess I'm just going to take the most straightforward path. So I guess we'll go through.
This chamber kind of resembles a meeting room of some kind. There are 10 short humanoid chairs built into the walls of this circular chamber, and they all face inward toward a short plinth in the center of the chamber. The plinth has some sort of glass bulb or eye set into it. The walls of this chamber have a painted mural that resemble Greek or Roman columns in a dark granite color. There is a large chunk taken out of the hull of this ship and has reached the top third of the ceiling of this room, and some of the far walls. So debris is floating free throughout. And every so often, a spark from a live wire flashes against the walls.
Oh! Oh my gosh. Did you see that? Samson. Captain. Did I call you Captain?
Captain is fine.
Did you see that?
Samson is better.
Okay. Samson, there was a spark.
I did see that. I'll take the lead on this one since my suit should be able to withstand that sort of issue.
Okay. That also means that if there is a power source, it might still work. Checking our oxygen seats, like how much more oxygen do we have left? Mine might be a little lower from getting so excited.
Yes, I would reserve talking to a minimum if you can. You have about an hour left of oxygen.
Yep. Gotta start moving.
I'm gonna switch to hand signals just to try to reserve as much oxygen as possible, and I just kind of like motion for us to continue.
I'm gonna push forward in front. I mean, we can always come back once the power is turned on to see what it looks like when the ship is running. So,
all right. So you push through the central chamber into the hallway behind it. There is 3 more corpses floating in the hallway here, in similarly flash-frozen states. There are 2 who appear to be female by rough comparison to human women. They are approximately 7.5 feet tall and look eerily similar. Their hair has been kept long and is extravagantly braided with metal cords, and both have a deep purplish tint to their skin, which could have been from the freezing temperatures or an inherent pigment. The third corpse is slightly heavier set, with a bald head and 2 tendrils descending from Zer's chin. While Zer is shorter than the others, Zer is still around 7 feet. This one does have some sort of metal device strapped to Zer's leg. If it is a weapon, it's lean and silver, with a hand squeeze trigger and a bulb at the tip that looks like it might pass electrical current through it.
I go up to this alien with the weapon on its hip and kind of pick it up, take a look at it, and inspect it.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it looks like I said, this will be like if you're going to keep this, this will be strange tech that you can use to like unleash power with.
Yeah, we'll keep it for now.
Okay, device. That's the official word. It's a device.
Yeah.
For game terms. But yeah, there's 3 corpses. You've pulled the weapon-looking thing off of one of them. You can also see past these corpses. There's a set of double doors that seem to have been partially open when whatever happened to this ship happened. Through the crack, you can see racks of what appear to your eyes as rifles. They are bizarre in appearance, with sleek silver bodies, hand-squeeze triggers, and long stems at the tip that end like a pointed straw. You count roughly 20 of them in total, some on racks and some in large black metal crates.
Well, this looks like the weapons that we're looking for. Maybe you think you could use these to outfit our ship?
Possibly. I kind of like that they're like fashion guns. Why do they look so cool and weird? Oh my god, I kind of want to try one.
Well, you currently can't because they are trapped behind these double doors that are like too tightly closed to squeeze through.
Yeah, I'm trying to use my,
Would the power suit be able to do
arms to, pry it open. I'm trying.
You can get it a little bit, but it's still tough.
Okay,
you imagine it'd be easier with the power on.
I don't think I can do this without blowing my arms, which I don't want to do that. We have to try to find this power source. Can I, scan and kind of see where those, cords are? If they're, still what direction they're going in now, to see which way we need to go?
Yeah, so they're kind of, running along the top of this hallway, sort of up near the ceiling on the outside edge. And they seem to culminate in a chamber just past you. Yeah, to the left-hand side.
Lead the way.
Alright, yeah, just motion for us to go left.
Okay. You are going to pass another room. You can kind of poke your head in. This is what you guess is the sleeping quarters. It looks very similar to what you have aboard the DSS-1, with the exception that these beds are hard slabs. They don't have sheets or any added comfort. You infer that the people aboard this ship do not have the same luxuries involving sleep that your crew does. They also have pull-out wall panels. All the clothes in here are going to be too long for you to wear comfortably.
Makes my back hurt just looking at it.
I guess I really do like the elegant solo style of this architecture. It's very refined.
Brune, are you seeing anything that piques your interest or finding anything interesting?
I mean, there's not really anything useful in here.
Yeah, I
Super
guess
uncomfy beds and clothes we can't fit into.
Probably right.
I think we should just come back here and check that these are clothes. Maybe we could find some type of identification or something in here that kind of give us an idea of who these beings are.
Kind of keep following the path to the left. You come to a doorway that has been half stripped away. You are staring at the end of the corridor, which is just a drop into deep space. I mean, there's debris floating out here, some crates. You could see another body off in the distance, but it is just the hallway's there, and then it ends, and stars. You can even kind of make off in the distance the asteroid field. But the doorway is somewhat accessible, if you could just reach it.
Rune, do you think you can probably navigate this?
I mean, I can totally try.
Okay, if we're looking out into space, is it just from the bottom? Or is it
No. This ship just ends.
Oh.
There's a huge chunk of it that's missing. So, ceiling is gone, floor is gone. It's just space, and then at the, there is a kind of, the wall continues out a little bit, and there is a doorway there that doesn't have a floor to it, before it.
Yeah.
It's just doorway and space. And you can even see, if you kind of angle yourself, you can even see, the hallway on the other side of this kind of circular chunk that's missing of the ship from the other side.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay, so to do this, would that be forge a path, find a way across precarious or dangerous terrain?
You can do that. That's fine. Yeah, it's very similar. It's going to be somewhat similar to Wasteland Survival, but I like the options on this one better. So yeah, go ahead and forge a path.
It's going to be an 11.
Ooh,
nice.
That's a good roll.
So you only have to pick one from your exposed to danger as you travel. The route you took is lost. You can't take gear or other characters with you, and you take a lot longer than you expected.
I'm going to go with I can't take gear or other characters with me.
Makes sense. you kind of push off from the floor where it ends, and activate your rocket boots and a hand thruster, and angle it away from you, so you kind of arc and kind of fly at an angle into this doorway. And when you're inside, you see this kind of like tall. Well, it goes from floor to ceiling. This big tube that appears to be inert, and there is like a huge. I can only describe it as like a giant AA battery, just in the center of this thing, with two kind of metal handles on the top and the bottom of it. And on the far wall, you can see a few more of these kind of set up in racks.
Okay, I mean, I guess I want to, like... I'm assuming this is the power generator, right?
Assume away.
So helpful.
Okay, can you describe what you're looking at, Rune?
So it's like a big, like, column in the center of the room with, like, levers on it.
Okay. A column.
I'm just gonna try to pull the levers.
Okay, wait, before you do that, is there more than one?
Yeah, there's like a few around the room also.
Maybe I didn't describe it correctly. They're not so much levers as they are just handholds.
Oh,
like,
okay.
For grip.
So, when you say like a battery, you mean literally like a battery?
Yeah. It looks like a big kind of cylindrical tube with...
Okay.
And for further description, I'll say this one appears to be just dull. The ones on the wall in front of you have kind of like a yellow light glow to them.
So, like, it seems like a battery of some sort, and this one looks like it's dead. I'm gonna try to, like, change it. So I'm gonna pick up the
Okay.
big cylinder by its handles and try to put a new cylinder with handles in its place.
Alright, that is going to be Unleash Power. You're going to roll plus lore.
Ew, another 11.
Nice.
Okay, so you get to pick 3. The device does exactly what you wanted. The device can be used again. You don't rouse other devices in your environment, or you avoid the device's side effects.
I pick 3. I'm gonna go with the device does exactly what I wanted. I don't rouse other devices in my environment, and I avoid the device's side effects.
Okay. So, you see kind of, you plug this new yellow glowing battery into the central column, and 2 like mechanical arms kind of shoot out and strap it down. They look like they would not be able to be removed by you or your means. And then the ship, like this column, starts to glow like a pulsing yellow light as well. And you can hear just like the hum of the ship start to come online. For those of you in the hallway, you see lights kick on, and there's like a thin, or those conduits have yellow glow to them.
Wow. Rune, you did it! I think you restored power.
Okay, so I'm going to make my way back to the group.
So yeah, you kind of jet back down to the ground. And the other thing that has changed is the artificial gravity seems to be back on, as several things fall. The corpses you can hear fall behind you. And then as soon as Rune is across this gap, a like field of energy shoots past you and has sealed off this damaged section of ship.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay. Is the ship self-pressurizing?
There's no way for us to know. We should have some sort of sensor on our suit showing exterior levels.
Pressurized or not, I am not taking off this spacesuit.
I wouldn't recommend that because we don't know if these things even breathe oxygen.
Probably.
Beings even breathe oxygen.
You head back to the direction of the armory. Like I said, there's now corpses on the ground. They have started to thaw. And you can kind of see just like wet skin as the ice starts to melt off of them.
Ew.
Lovely.
And you come to the armory door. You could hear it before you see it because it's kind of just like stunk, stunk, stunk. Just, repeatedly trying to shut as it seems to have been like the sequence of it was interrupted, and so now it doesn't know what to do.
Okay, with the help of the power, I might be able to force it open. Okay, so Young Yuan, do I have to roll for this, or can I just kind of like position myself in between the thunking and try to like push it open?
I think since the power is back on, I won't say that there's a move required for this. You've got the power suit on. It's manageable. It's still like strenuous, but it would be like it would be like using Jaws of Life. It's tough, but it's designed to allow it to work. So yeah, you kind of and like you guys see. As the strain of this activity, the door like crumples a little bit around where Yang Yuhuan has grips on it, and as they just kind of push it open.
Almost.
You got this.
Oh my god, that hurt. Okay, door's open. Alright, let's see what's inside.
I'm gonna follow in behind him and check it out.
Yeah, so it's as I described before. There's you guys open up the crates and you can like examine the items on the wall. There appear to be about 20 rifles in this armory.
Well,
wow.
First little bit of loot. It looks like, should we start carrying all this back to the ship?
Yeah, definitely. This is a great starter, so at least we can, like, defend ourselves in case anything happens. We might be... No, let me not get ahead of myself. Yes, let's just collect all the weapons we can.
There's crates that have guns in them. I think, like, they're like, long... thin crates with handles on the sides, so they fit like 5 rifles in them, and there were 2 that were full, but there's 2 that are empty. So those the 10 that are on the wall can be loaded into crates.
Okay, and I guess since I'm the heavy lifting specialist, I will pack the guns and just...
You can take 2.
Lift all the crates. But I'm guessing that leaves me extraordinarily vulnerable now, since I'm just carrying all these guns.
Having the gravity back on, it's lighter than you're used to, but it's still heavier than it was when it was depressurized. And now the suits, your like suit weight is weighing you down, especially you, Samson, because you've got extra armoring on it. So I think with all the gear you're carrying, you're already like a fireman. So, any extra weight is going to be tough. So, I will say, yeah, it's probably a 2-person job to carry one of these.
Yeah, I'm just going to carry them all.
Got it.
But that kind of just leaves me useless in every other regard while I'm carrying these things.
Sure. As you guys pass the central chamber, you hear a kind of like a pinging, just like a repeated little beep.
Do you want to hear that?
I walk towards it.
Okay. On this plinth that I described earlier, it's kind of got like a globe or like half glass,
Like a dome.
yeah, bulb of some sort. And there is a little red button on like a console in front of this that is beeping. Like it's lighting up and beeping.
I motion everybody over and have us all take a look at it.
Okay, is that what I think it is?
What do you think it is?
I think that might be a distress signal. I think we might have just pinged our location to something.
Well, regardless of what is going on, we may need to work quickly then.
Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't kind of seem like it's a distress signal. Like it's just beeping, and it's just glowing. So maybe
I think Rune kind of wants to push it.
Rune totally wants to push it.
is it a button?
Does Rune push it?
Oh my god, Rune's gonna push the button, guys.
Oh yeah, woo!
Yes.
So before you guys are like, I imagine it here like the Yang Yuhan has just these 4 huge gun crates just in their arms, and they're kind of like talking to you sideways. And you and Samson are having this debate about what to do, and Rune's just kind of like, boop, and pushes the button. And,
I totally pushed.
I totally pushed the button, and this bulb immediately glows blue, and a huge projection, like springs to life in the center of this room, and washes you all in this blue light, and there is a person in the middle of this projection. You could tell he's a man. He's somewhat rotund. You could tell he stands about 6'10". He's got a sinister face with a long tentacle mustache and purple skin. He wears a long purple and gold robe with a black skull cap and a yellow diamond gemstone in his forehead. He sees you and he says, in a strange language, something kind of quizzical. You can tell, or at first it's the first thing he says sounds like kind of like a little bit frustrated, but kind of releasing a little tension, and then he looks at you. And then he gets a quizzical look on his face, like his eyebrows raises, and he's got these big bushy eyebrows, and starts to speak aggressively and angrily, and starts to talk to somebody that you can't see off on the other side, and Android will come into comms and say, this might be nothing, or it might be something. There is another ship that I am detecting fast approaching.
Oh my god, I told you it was a distress signal!
Shit.
Okay. Okay.
We need to go now. We need to go right now. Rune, I want you to go ahead, start getting everything ready on the ship.
Do you think we have time to download these star charts real quick so we know where we're going?
No, I really don't.
Do I have time to learn this language with my character skill?
It's a move, right?
Yes.
It is a move.
Do we think narratively now is the time for you to be like, what are they saying?
I guess no. Because it doesn't matter. We're being approached. Okay, everyone, we have to get back to the ship now. Let's go.
Okay. Let's just make a beeline for the airlock.
Yeah. You guys see the corpse in the bag, still kind of sitting at the airlock. And are you grabbing that, or are you just going?
Dragging it.
We're grabbing that. I grab it.
Okay, so Yang Yuan still has these 4 huge weapon crates that they're toting along.
Waddling like a duck.
Rune's kind of just like frantically like, I don't know what I should be doing or how I should be helping. Samson's just pulling a body across the floor in a body
Rune
bag.
is gonna grab the other end of the body, but while she's doing it, she's just gonna be like, ew, 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 ew.
Excellent. Yeah, I feel like now's a good time for Samson to have a bout of nausea, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. The oohing just kind of sets him over the edge.
Like, I am carrying a weird body, aren't I?
A weird dead body in a bag.
And so you this is hilarious. You throw up in your spacesuit because you're wearing a big fishbowl.
Oh my god, are you drowning?
Rune, I can't see anymore. I need you to lead me back onto the ship. You're in front, I'm behind. Let's go, hurry up.
Alright, so now I'm just gonna drag both this body and Samson into the ship.
Yep. Excellent.
Alright, Yang Yuan drops the cases of weapons, calms Android to immediately begin evacuation procedures and prepare for evasive maneuvers if possible, and chart a course for directly into the asteroid field. It's probably our best bet of eluding whatever is coming after us.
Okay. So I think this is a good opportunity. Rune, make a defuse roll for me.
Okay.
And I think you can decide whether it's physical exertion with force, fast talking with sway, or endurance or quick action with steel.
Okay. I'm gonna go with steel. It's gonna be an 8.
An 8? Okay, so 7 and 9, you've bought some time, but choose one. The GM will demand a sacrifice to secure your safety. It's only a temporary reprieve, and the danger will soon return, or the danger is still present but threatening someone or something else.
Let's go with temporary reprieve.
Okay. So, the temporary reprieve, I think, like, you just kind of kick it into high gear and just pull Samson and this body. You'll feel it tomorrow, but you just, with everything you've got, just rip them into the airlock and hit the button. And you're still ever present in your mind that, things are about to break bad. And yeah, so you are in the airlock. It pressurizes. What are we doing? Are we ripping off suits and going to the cockpit? Or are we going straight there? How's this happening?
I am gonna at least take my helmet off, but leave the rest of the suit on, and then go to the cockpit.
Yeah, you pull this fishbowl off, and like barf just kind of sloshes out the front of it as you toss the helmet to the side.
I'm gonna leave my suit on until I'm out of the vomit room.
Yeah, good. Safe. So you kind of like, as you pass the main round table, just kind of place your helmet off to the side on that table.
Yang Yuan just presses a little button, and then the exoskeleton thing kind of just opens up, and I step out of it and approach the cockpit.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys have to like climb the ladder and everything, and then you get back to the cockpit where Android is kind of frantically pushing buttons And she sees that you are behind her, and says, "Oh, good," and hits the dock release so that you guys push off of this derelict ship, and you can see now what she can see, which is this big new ship matches the unique radiation signature that the DSS-1 initially noted on the derelict. This looks like a warship. It's 3 times larger than the ship you were just on, and it looks like a long, thin obsidian knife cutting its way through space. What look to be cannons or maybe interstellar barnacles are plastered to the sides of this in haphazard clusters. There are motes of light at regular intervals across the top of the ship, or what would constitute as this knife's spine if it were actually a gargantuan blade. And yeah, that's what you are met with. And there's like light forming on the openings of these barnacles.
What the
shit?
Hell,
we need to move
is
now.
That Andrew?
I take a seat in the chair and take the controls and start moving the ship towards the asteroid field.
All right, that's going to be a diffuse
plus steel, probably.
Yeah, if you're thinking
endurance or quick action.
Yeah.
Okay. That is that's a 6.
6. Okay.
Oh no!
It's our first real fail.
I'm gonna pause so somebody, if you want to call for aid, you can. Otherwise, I'm taking a hard move against you.
Call for aid.
Okay, I'm gonna look over at Yang Huan and be like, "Help me with this, please."
Okay, I hop into one of the terminals and try to assist in preparation for aviation maneuvers, and I rolled a 8.
Okay, so you increase your result by 1 category. A 6 becomes a 7 to 9. 7 to 9, it becomes a 10. That's on a hit. On a 7 to 9, they also share in your move's consequences. So what is going to happen here is it's a mixed success. So you're going to choose one of those options from defuse. The DM will demand a sacrifice to secure your safety. It's only a temporary reprieve and the danger will soon return, or the danger's still present but threatening someone else or something else.
I say that we go with the danger is still present but threatening someone else. And is it possible that ship is just trying to, like, apprehend that derelict ship?
Nope.
Like, do we know what's going on?
You don't tell me. You can choose that option, but I choose who it is and what it is.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think, Samson? Should we choose?
Knowing that, would you like to choose a different option?
What do you think we should do, Samson? Or wait, do I have to choose it? I have to choose it?
Yeah, you're the one who won the roll, so...
Okay.
Samson is at your mercy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. The danger is still present,
right,
but threatening someone else.
Okay. Well, unfortunately for you, I've determined that given that there's only 4 of you, and it's now not targeting 2 of you, it's going to target somebody else on this ship. Rune, you have strapped yourself into the comms channel and have like an ear on like the headphones to kind of like listen for comm chatter. That's what you've decided to do. Nobody asked you to do this or suggested it, but you kind of felt like there was one chair left and you better take it. This ship emits a wave of something. You kind of see it, like everyone can see it kind of shoot out from the ship, from one of these barnacles. And because you're listening to the comms, you get blasted with this ear-piercing screech as this thing overwhelms your ship's sensors and by extension you, and you pass unconscious.
Okay.
What the hell
also,
was that?
Take 1 harm.
Oh, I have to take a harm? I don't want to
sorry,
take a
Rune.
harm.
Shit, dude. It's brutal.
That is kind of brutal.
Brutal. What does the one harm do for you?
On the page, it just says on the defensive.
If you were conscious, that is.
Which, as we established, I am not.
Yeah, so this wave shoots out from this ship, from one of these barnacles. Samson and Yang Yuhuan brace for something to happen, and nothing does. And then they turn and see, like, Rune Carlson's body just kind of slump as the headphones fall off of her head, and you can hear, like, this screeching coming through it. But you've bought some time, and as the ship, your ship rockets out of the way, and you head in the direction of the
asteroid field.
Field. Okay. So you can see on sensors this ship is starting to bank and turn in your direction. The knife point facing you, and is
aiming to pursue.